Okay, I am making this clip because I think that a lot of people are taught how to do Tekton, um, and what they're told is just wait for him to come up to us and then hit him and then run in a circle and then just keep hitting him as you run in a circle. And you'll take some damage, but don't worry too much, it'll be fine. And then the person who just told you that doesn't do any of that. They do this 3-tick flinch thing, and they take no damage whatsoever, and they get the MVP for the kill, and you're like, what the hell? So the next time you go in, you're like, okay, I'm going to flinch as well. I'll take my 4-tick or my 5-tick weapon, and you probably treat it like Guardians, right? You go, okay, I'm just going to pretend it's Guardians, and I'm going to step in when I think my cooldown is over, and then step back out again, and then you still take damage, and you're like, okay, whatever, Tekton takes like 30 seconds when there's a bunch of us anyway, so I'll just learn this some other time. And then you never do. So it's time to learn it. So this is how Tekton works. He attacks on a 3-tick cycle, so every 3 ticks he is going to do damage, assuming you are in a place where you can take damage. And the tick before he attacks, he is going to do a check. And he's going to check if anyone's in melee distance, and if nobody's in melee distance, then he's going to go back to his anvil early, right? So he always goes back after a certain time, but if there's no one in melee distance when he's checking, he gets bored and he goes back early. And if there is someone in melee distance, but there's no one on the side he's looking at, right? So if he's looking this way and there's nobody here, he's going to turn to a side where there is somebody in melee distance. So that's why you run in a circle. I don't think that a lot of people are told that it's important to run counterclockwise. Okay, so I see a lot of people doing this, and they take more damage than if they were to run this way, and I'll demonstrate how important that is in just a sec. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate it right now. So I'm using a 4-tick weapon. Obviously, please don't use Emberlight to fight Tekton. But what I'm going to do is going to wait for him to come up to me, and then I'm going to hit him, and then I'm going to run a circle. I'm also going to do one other very important thing is when I'm running around him, I'm always going to hit on the last tile of an edge, right? So if I just ran around this way, I'm not going to hit here, I'm going to hit here. And the reason for this is I want to be contributing to being in melee distance when he checks, right? And if you are right here, that doesn't count. And so if we all happen to be, so if we're all hitting on this tile, and then we all happen to be on a diagonal corner at the same time as he checks, then he's going to go back early and we're going to take more damage. So I always want to hit here, and then when I run around to the next corner, not only am I going to skip this tile, but as soon as I've hit, I can then be on a different side, right? So if he's facing this way, if I hit here, I'm skipping around the corner, and then after my hit, I'm immediately on the next side. Again, hopefully you'll see why that's important when I demo this right here. So, 4-tick weapon, I can actually run around him and take no damage if I do this. So if I just lure him in real quick, and if I turn my sounds on real quick. So here he comes, I'm going to hit as soon as I can, and then I'm going to start running around. Okay, and I can do this if he never went back to his anvil, which he's going to, because, you know, he's on a timer or whatever, but if that wasn't a mechanic, I could actually do that forever and take no damage, as long as I timed it with my weapon, right? So if you have a 4-tick weapon, if you're using a whip to fight Tekton, or a bludgeon or something like that, if you do that, you will actually take no damage, assuming you keep up your 4-tick cycle, right? I'm going to do it slightly differently now. I'm going to go clockwise, and suddenly I'm taking damage. Whoops, I messed that up. It's fine. Right, so now I'm dodging, I'm dodging, I'm dodging. It looks the same, right? But suddenly he's hitting me. And don't ask me why, but this is just how it works. So occasionally I will take damage, even though I'm doing exactly the same thing, with the same timing, he's still hitting me. Even though I'm fighting melee, I suddenly took 60 damage from that. So that's kind of important. Now I'm going to switch to a 5-tick weapon, and I'm going to go... So let's just stop going clockwise forever. Let's just never do that again, right? And let's go clockwise with a 5-tick weapon now. I believe I will actually take damage from this. It's been a while since I've done this. The run a circle way. Right, because I have to wait a tick to hit him here. Right, so he should hit me right now. Yeah. But I'm still going to take less damage, right? Because I'm still kind of... It's kind of the same concept as the flinch. Whereas I'm hitting and then I'm stepping to what is a safe tile at that point, right? And now he'll kill me right here. Ooh, or maybe on this side. So even with the 5-tick weapon, you will take damage, but if you're going, okay, I'm hitting every 5 ticks, and I'm always hitting on that last tile, you're a lot safer, you're contributing to, you're always in melee distance, and you're going to be doing a decent amount of damage. Now if I do something slightly different here, I don't know how to explain what I'm doing, but I'm still throwing my fang every 5 ticks, but I'm also just stepping back at a certain time. This is actually really advanced, I probably shouldn't be going over this. Let's just go over the 3-tick method. So I'll just let him go back early. Because I don't think I want to, like, there's other guides out there that are better than what I'm about to explain for 3-tick. So I think I'm just gonna not try and explain it. I think that's pretty good info for you already. But I will just show what the 3-tick flinch actually looks like. So I am timing this so that my step back is always when his animation starts. Okay, and this is setting this up is different for between the first time he wakes up and the second time he comes back. So the first time I just have to wait an extra tick, but every other time that he comes back from his anvil, as soon as he changes from the walking animation to the fighting animation, if I... Oh wait, in fact, it's not even that. It's I can spam click him, and then as soon as I've attacked, I can start stepping back again. I think that's how it works. Hang on. So if I wait for him to get here, I attack. Yes. But then, so like, that's fine. You can spam click him just as he's arriving, and then if you step back as soon as you've swung your weapon, you're already in cycle. And then it's just, you step forward every 3 ticks and step back immediately after. I guess we can show what it looks like the first time, but probably everyone who was actually here for the purpose of this video has now stopped watching, but just in case you're still here, we can just go over what the full, like, okay, attack Tekton, take no damage, blah blah blah, that whole cycle looks like. And the nice thing about this is I only actually need to show it twice, because it's exactly the same for the second, third, fourth, fifth time, whatever, that he comes back. It's only different the first time, and this is what confuses a lot of people when they're trying to learn this. So I hit, I wait a tick, and now I'm in. And that's probably the hardest part of the whole thing. And if you mess up, and you get out of cycle, if you're with a group of people, then you can just wait outside of melee distance and just clock when he does his animation, and then wait 2 ticks and step back in. If you're solo and you get out of cycle, you're kind of screwed. It's on you to... You're the only person who can be in melee distance. Right, this one's going to be different. I'm going to attack and then immediately step back. I somehow messed that up. And somehow it still worked. That's a real shame, but this is like take 5 of this whole video, so I'm not doing it again. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Try and copy this. If not, there's better guides out there for the 3-tick flinch. So anyway, enjoy that. If you're running in a circle, go counterclockwise, and when you're running a circle, always hit on the last tile. And you will take less damage, you will do more damage, and you'll be a happier person. So, cheers.